Today, I'm going to share with you how one of my mentors became a mega success in her niche. Her name is Remy Pearson, and she's one of my mentors. And I don't speak of her often because there's just so much to be shared about her. And she's a phenomenal woman, and I would love to bring her up in my podcast today because I think we can all learn from some of her lessons, right? So, there are just three things that are really sticking out for me at this point in time that I would really like to share with you, which you might find inspiration from, because mega success is not something we actually plan for ourselves, but it happens because we have a big desire to serve people. Okay, so especially for people that have a humanitarian trait about them, they will actually never think about their fame. So they will think about, hey, could I actually change my life first? And then could this, what I have learned, change other people's lives as well, right? Are you feeling me? So this is exactly why I have chosen to work with Remy, because she's one of those people and I resonate with that. So what she is all about is, you may not know of her because she's not famous like Tony Robbins is, because Tony Robbins is more of a generalist, right? Whereas Remy Pearson is someone who focuses on developing coaches, and she also teaches coaches to become successful coaches through business and marketing and, things like that. So you may not have heard about her because she's not, trying to help everybody. She's helping just people that are interested in becoming coaches. So let's look at how she became a mega success. So one thing I realized about her is that she realized that she wouldn't be able to make any contributions if she didn't get out of the rut she was in. So this gives me goosebumps because I teach this stuff now because, she has confirmed for me that this is just such an essential part to our ability to be successful. See, successful means that you are able to contribute to other people in a positive way, right? And this is a fundamental need of mine where I'm able to actually make a positive change in people's lives. And if you resonate with that as well, I think most of our audience is like that. And that's why I think I needed to share this to see whether this resonates with you too. That you need to have to work on yourself to be able to go, right, I can rescue myself, right? And then I can show other people how to do that. Because she realized that she can't make any change to her parents' life, to her husband's life, to her own circles, right? Until she realized that she's in a rut and that she needs to nurture herself. She was living a life of fear. She also describes that her idea of living, out of her comfort zone was to push herself to do a workout or to push herself to go for an extra walk, And so she describes that to be a rut because, that's a very small level problem to be stressed about when higher level problems had to be reached for her to become successful in making a contribution in now millions of people. Like, she's famous in 99 countries, right? She's got an international organization that trains. She's a market leader in transformational coaching with her own framework for positive psychology and positive change. So think about that, right? So sometimes we think rut is a financial rut, etc. But actually what opened my eye up with her is that she recognized that actually no, a rut can be that, we feel all accomplished by just doing one good thing for ourselves, but that's very low goal. We need to be striving for bigger goals, which is raising our standards higher. Second thing I noticed about her is that she realized that to be successful, she has to develop enough people to become successful. So, when you do the math about impact, like math meaning dollars, to make a real impact, I've got a goal of million sheroes, right? I call them sheroes, like heroes. Heroes are masculine, sheroes are feminine. So she discovered that to be able to create this impact, I need to develop enough people, right, to become successful. So that's how she planned her success. Instead of going, how can I be successful? Like how many dollars do I need? She thought about how many people does she need to touch. Can you see the difference in thinking? Like, instead of thinking about her own bank balance, she thought about other people's bank balance. How much value can she give to so many people that by that she raises everybody else's value and net worth? Of course, as a result, she has also increased her net worth. She's a multimillionaire, right? She's also purchased her parents a home to live in. She's got investment properties. She's got a lot of great things that are just evidence that she has been able to make a difference in other people's lives to become more successful in their life. And next thing I noticed that she invested in herself with time, focus, money, and figured out the way. So her famous thing is say yes and figure out how, right? And she learned that from her mentor. She actually was a very close student of Tony Robbins. So actually a personal student of Tony Robbins's. And so what she learned from being with him is that, you've got to have the desire firstly to help other people, but you have to see that you don't know the answer and you're going to have to figure it out on your way. So say yes and figure out how. That will help you cultivate your self-belief. Because if you can't believe in yourself, how can you take the next step, right? To work with low self-esteem, to work with low self-belief, she had to come up with a mindset where I've got what it takes to figure it out. Not by herself, but she'll ask questions. She made a promise to herself to go, you know what, I'm going to say yes and figure out how, and I'm going to invest in myself. So she went and got the answers from Tony Robbins. She's studied with the best marketers in the world. She's studied with the best psychologists in the world. She got her PhD in psychology, right? Like, that's what the journey meant for her, to figure it out. But at one stage, she was just, scared of going out of the house. At one stage, she was even like, feeling it was a very hard task for her to work out that day. And she just turned it all around. By the way, the topping on the cake is that she woke up out of her rut at the age of 37. She just went, what am I doing? This is not who I'm meant to be. 37 is quite, for some of us, we might think, we are too young or too old. 37 is above middle age, right? And it took her 7 years to, create that multi-million-dollar level success. And she's now in her 14th, 15th year of that journey, where she is like the largest institute in Australasia. She founded the ICG, which is the International Coaching Guild. She brought her parents houses, and she's a mentor to so many successful coaches, 7-figure coaches. So the moral of the story is not money only. Money is buying her the freedom and the expression to be able to be that symbol for people that might be thinking too little of themselves and not holding themselves up for reaching for excellence, And this is why we need models in our life to go, you know what, if she can do it, I should be doing it too. And I know this is not Remy's story, but I find a lot of resonance with the people that actually hold themselves up to a higher standard. I was watching a video yesterday, and I think it was a interview between Grant Cardone and Kevin Hart, the comedian. And one of the things Kevin says, and Kevin's a very entrepreneurial guy, and he's a very high performance guy. And what I love about him is that he also started from nothing, and he's someone that is making a huge contributions. What he said was really resonant with me, and this goes with this story about Remy as well. And that is, he said, I want people to look at me and go, well, he makes $100 million in a day and one performance. If he's not slowing down, what makes me think I can slow down? Isn't that phenomenal? I found that to be a great, phenomenal comment that he made. And it should be a reminder to all of us that, well, if we want to really make contributions in other people's lives, then we need to raise our standards for ourselves and think outside of ourselves, like Remy did. You know, she didn't have a dream then, but she actually challenged herself to ask herself, like, look, how can I help more people succeed? And succeed in that way where we are actually helping other people succeed, and that's why we will succeed, not the other way around. We can't be thinking about ourselves. So the baseline point that she started with is she started living in a way that was out. She did something outside of her comfort zone every single day. She decided she had had enough to live inside her comfort zone and started asking different questions, started investing in herself, and started thinking outside of herself. So my friend, I hope this has added value on your journey. Maybe this message was for those of you that are like something like me. You know, I've also been in this situation where you put in a lot of effort, but then you're feeling very tired on your journey and thinking, you know, when is the ease coming? There is always ease available. Are you asking for it? Are you asking the questions? Are you asking for help? Because you're not supposed to do it alone. You're not supposed to go at it alone. That's not success. Success is that you admit to yourself that some things you don't know. And if you can admit to yourself that, then you'll start asking questions. That's the growth journey. People that don't ask questions, they're keeping themselves safe, and they're not committing to their journey. They're just sitting on the fence. They're just sitting behind the fence even. Just going, okay, I'll do this today, but that's their level of performance, and that's not going to make any contribution, right, to anybody. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention that if people like Remy can be this way and figure themselves out, why not you? Why not me? Why not us, right? So thank you so much for watching. Watch this video on 10 secrets of wealthy women that I made. I'll see you in there next.